You ever meet someone who seems like an easy target, someone you think you can push around without a second thought? That's what they thought about Marcus Tate, the quiet new kid at Lincoln Heights High. But they had no idea who they were messing with. No clue that Marcus carried a legacy that'd make their blood run cold. Lincoln Heights wasn't just a shul, it was a jungle. You either ruled or you got stepped on, and Ethan Brooks, the king of the hallways, loved picking his prey. He wasn't the biggest guy, but he had this smirk, this way of talking that made you feel small, like you didn't belong. Ethan and his crew, Jake, Tyler, and Nate, ran the place, not with fists, but with words that cut deeper than any punch. They'd zero in on someone, make him the punchline of every joke, and the whole school would just go along with it. Nobody dared cross Ethan. Nobody, that is, until Marcus showed up. Marcus was different, tall, lanky, always in this worn-out gray hoodie, head down, not saying much. He was the only black kid in our grade, and to Ethan, that made him the perfect mark. I remember the first time it happened, in the cafeteria, the whole room buzzing with chatter until Ethan sauntered over to Marcus's table, tray in hand, and just flipped Marcus's lunch onto the floor. Fries scattered, soda splashed, and the whole place went dead quiet. Ethan leaned in, voice dripping with sarcasm. "Oops, my bad, kid. Didn't see you there." Everyone waited for Marcus to snap, to yell, to do something. But he just looked at the mess, picked up his tray, wiped the table, and walked to the trash can. Not a word. That silence. It drove Ethan nuts. From that day, it was open season. Ethan's crew upped the ante, tripping Marcus in the halls, scrawling, "Go home," on his locker in red marker, stuffing a moldy apple in his bag. Once, in math class, Ethan tore Marcus's notebook to shreds, tossing the pieces like confetti, grinning as he said, "What? You think you're gonna need this? Nobody's hiring you." The room laughed, not because it was funny, but because Ethan made it okay to laugh. Marcus, though, he just gathered the scraps, stacked them neatly, and kept writing. No anger, no tears, just this eerie calm that started to feel dangerous. See, what Ethan didn't know, what nobody knew, was that Marcus wasn't just some kid. His grandpa was Vincent the Ghost Tate, a name that still sent shivers through the old-timers in town. Vincent wasn't your average thug. He was a legend, a fixer for the kind of people you don't cross. He didn't need to shout or throw punches. His presence alone was enough to make grown men sweat. And Marcus? He'd grown up on Vincent's stories, lessons whispered over late-night chess games. You don't fight to win, Marcus. You wait. Let him think they're in control, then hit him where it hurts their mind. By week 3, Ethan was obsessed, pushing harder, desperate for a reaction. But Marcus was playing a different game. One morning, Ethan found a note slipped into his locker. No name, just 4 words. "I'm watching you." He laughed it off, tossed it, but I saw his eyes dart around, like he felt something creeping up on him. Then Jake opened his bag in class and froze. His books were gone, replaced with blank pages. One scrawled with, "Who's weak now?" Tyler found a photo of himself asleep in his own bed, snapped from above, with a note on the back, "Feel safe?" And Nate? He pulled an old pocket knife from his desk drawer, rusted but sharp, next to a slip of paper that read, "Know what it's like to be hunted?" The crew started unraveling. Jake wouldn't stop checking over his shoulder. Tyler kept his bag glued to his side. Nate barely spoke, just clutched that knife like it'd protect him. Ethan tried to play it cool, but you could see the way his smirk faltered, the way he scanned the halls like a cornered animal. And Marcus? He just sat there, in the back of the class, flipping through his notebook, calm as ever, like he was watching a movie he'd already seen the ending to. Then came the morning. Ethan's prized Mustang started blaring its alarm in the school lot. He ran out, fumbling with his keys, and found a black envelope taped under the chassis. Inside was a single playing card, an ace of spades. On the back, in sharp, cold handwriting, "I warned you." Ethan stood there, pale, gripping that card like it was burning him. He knew it was Marcus. He didn't know how, but he knew. And that's when it hit him, wasn't the hunter anymore. The next day, Ethan found an old article in his bag, a grainy photo of Vincent Tate in a dark alley, gun in hand, a body at his feet. Next to it, a picture of a young Marcus, staring at the camera with those same calm eyes. Ethan's hands shook as he read the headline, "The Ghost Strikes Again." He looked up, and there was Marcus, across the hall, just watching. Not smirking, not gloating, just watching. Ethan's voice cracked as he muttered, "What do you want?" Marcus tilted his head, his voice low, steady. "You already know." And that was it. No threats, no fists, just those words, sinking into Ethan like a blade. After that, Ethan was a ghost himself. The swagger was gone. His crew stopped following him. Kids who used to laugh at his jokes now ignored him. He'd walk into a room, and it was like he wasn't there. Marcus didn't need to do anything else, say he'd won. Not by fighting, but by turning Ethan's own game against him. Ethan had built his kingdom on fear, and Marcus let him choke on it. Marcus never became the new king of Lincoln Heights. He didn't want to. He just walked the halls, same hoodie, same quiet steps. But now people stepped aside, not out of fear, but respect. He'd shown them something. You don't need fists to win. You just need to know how to play the game. So, what do you think? Can you really beat a bully without throwing a punch? Is messing with their head the way to go? Or is there a better way to take back your power? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this story hit you, hit that like button, share it, and subscribe for more real talk like this. See you in the next one.